Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Well, what shocking news we heard overnight from America about the Charlie Kirk, who has been assassinated by a trans loony. Who It's an absolute shock to everybody that Charlie Kirk, who of course is a well-known YouTube influencer, and he's also an outspoken about politics. And the reason why he was assassinated before is because somebody didn't like his politics. And of course, at the moment, the authorities in America, Utah, are looking for a suspect. And I dare say sooner or later they'll have that suspect in custody. But it was an absolute shock to everyone, wasn't it, to hear about that, what happened to Charlie Kirk. This is what happens when you have left-wing loonies. Well, whoever did this is not a loony, but a left-wing nut job. Takes it upon themselves to do something because they don't like another person's politics. And of course, Charlie Kirk was always on universal university canvas, wasn't he? Debating with students about one thing or another. There's always some hothead, isn't there, that takes it upon themselves or in their head to do something. I mean, America has a history of political assassinations. You've only got to look back through history about what happened. And of course, if somebody doesn't like your politics, they take it upon themselves to end your life. But I think the net is beginning to close in on this suspect, so I wouldn't be surprised. It won't be too long before the FBI or police in Utah uh, capture him and bring him to justice. That's, of course, if he doesn't end his life. He doesn't want to face trial, uh, like the coward he is. But this begs the question: who's next? Who's next? Because there are a lot of conservative commentators, aren't there, in America, who are talking about politics. I mean, it makes you wonder who's next. I mean, you've got Ben Shapiro; he could be next. A lot of lefties don't like his politics, and also Candice Owen. Nobody likes her opinions either, politics either. So they'll have to be they'll have to up their protection because what I've just said. It only takes one lunatic to get into their heads to do something, and they will. But like I've said, it looks like apparently the bullet, there was trans propaganda on it, written on it, about how he was going to end a life of a conservative commentator. I mean, it would appear that the trans movement are now turning to terrorism to make their point and get their way and try and put people's opinion about them down. I mean, it's we've got the same problem in this country with the trans movement. You say something you got against them, and the militant side of the trans, well, they get upset and they don't like what you say. But like I've said, America has a history of political assassinations, but it makes you wonder who's next. You say the wrong thing, and like I've said, somebody takes it into their head and they do something. I mean, it could happen in this country. I mean, you've got Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform. He was threatened last year in last year's general election, and then you've got Tommy Robertson. He's another outspoken. They're forever trying to put him in jail because he's just been come out of jail for saying doing something, doing the wrong thing. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen in this country. Like I've said, if you're conservative and you're outspoken about something and you're against the trans people, then you're a target, and you get all sorts of abuse, especially on Twitter, on X. But like I've said, it was quite a shock when we heard that news last night with America. I mean, what kind of minds do they have? These these lefties, the loony left. What kind of what minds do they have? I mean, they're celebrating. They're already started celebrating the fact that Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. I'm celebrating. I'm cheering it to the rafters. Of course, you always get some who are like this. Say he deserved to get what he wants. But let's turn this around, shall we? What about if it was them? What about if it was them and one of their lefted, far left, somebody, a member of the far left? What about if they were assassinated? What would their reaction be? They'd probably riot. That's what they'd probably do. I mean, you've got those lunatics in Antifa. They're always causing trouble. But I wouldn't be surprised. One of these times it's going to happen to them. It'll happen to them. I mean, I dare say the lefty celebrities of Hollywood, I'm celebrating this. You've got that old bag. You've got that old bag, Whoopi Goldberg. I think she's celebrating it, saying that Charlie Kirk deserved it. Like I've said, she wants to be careful. It might happen to her one of these times. You never know. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.